Hi, welcome back to the garden. Today is Sunday, February 26th. Talked about having a bunch of seeds to plant? Well, I go ahead and fill these trays. Let's go ahead and open up everything out in the garden. The daikon radishes, the lettuce, and the arugula look really good. Now when I fill these up, I like to fill them right to the top. They're going to settle a little bit, so don't worry about that. Now I'd expect the broccoli, the cauliflower, the cabbage, and these carrots to look like this. Really happy with how this is coming out. Now you can do this too. These little mini greenhouses are awesome. The Asian greens, the beets, the purple lettuce, they're all doing really well. I like these Burpee seed trays. You can push that rubber bottom up and get plants pop right out. You don't hurt the roots. But the plastic on top, do not just leave it sit in the sun all summer long and then let it freeze all winter long. These are dishwasher safe, so go ahead and clean them up and then go ahead and store them inside. I kind of abused mine and the plastic's a little brittle, but I still really like these. It took it a minute for the beets to get going good under this lean-to cold frame. It's doing very well. That storm that brought all the snow to California is heading this way. Depending on how warm it is, depends on if we're going to have tornadoes or not. Been kind of a drizzly day and it hadn't warmed up to 50 degrees yet. They said it's supposed to be about 60 today. But then it's supposed to be warm all the rest of this week. While I figure out what we're going to plant, let's take a look inside the big cold frames. You can do this too with the large cold frames. Seems like only yesterday these were just tiny little plants. They're going to fill this up no problem. Cabbages are doing extremely well. Won't be too long we'll be able to open this up and take it apart. They'll have plenty of room to finish off. If you've been following my story, you know Saturdays are dedicated to you. Now one of our contributors, Bruce, he's gotten into growing moringa. He's got a little store. He sent me some seeds and I want to try those. I think if I can get some regular heat in this greenhouse, they ought to do okay even here in zone 7. Now the moringa is a tree you can eat all parts. And we're about making food, so let's see what we got here. Now I don't know if there's a way up or a way down. I'm going to plant a few of these and see what we get. I'm not even sure how deep I'm supposed to plant these. But I'm assuming, just like in nature, they fall out of the tree and they land on the ground and they'll germinate. Sort of like Ruth Stout. Now if I plant this like I'm not going to have a lot of germination, they'll all come up. Then I'll have too many. Alright, now we got moringa in. We've decided to let those oranges ripen until they fall off that little orange tree, and they're actually pretty sweet afterwards. But this one, opened this up last night, and these are all sprouted. What I'm going to do is in this same tray, I'm going to go ahead and plant these oranges. And I'm going to leave the little orange around it. This one came off of the orange, so I'm just going to put it in. It's got good soil contact. You should be right out of the ground here directly. I'm going to leave that little bit of orange on it. Just putting it in here enough to get soil contact. I'm going to go ahead and leave that whole orange on it. We'll see what we get. Yesterday I was joking around about the expensive lemon. If you can get seeds off of your fruit and you can grow more trees, pretty quick they're free. The other thing we're going to plant today from Brother Bruce is some jalapeno peppers. Alright, when I filled this right up to the top, I haven't pushed this down, so I like to take these 2 fingers and just snug it down in the middle, and that gives you plenty of a depression to go ahead and put your seeds in. And it also leaves enough on top that we'll be able to cover, and then when we water, it'll settle. I'm only going to put 1 or 2 in each cell, and if they both germinate, we'll be able to separate them pretty easily. Now that these are sprouting, I'm going to go ahead and borrow their plastic. There you go. We got some sweet peppers. Got some poblanos. We got some jalapenos. We got some moringa. And look, we've got an orange started. Well, it was already started. I'm going to go ahead and let these little seedlings absorb as much sun as I can. Over the course of this week, we're going to plant some more peppers. We're going to plant a bunch of different kinds of tomatoes and a few other things. We've got our sweet potato slips already started. I'm very excited to see about the moringa and the orange trees. Now, if you want to see what we planted underneath those totes, click that link right there and I'll meet you back in the garden. And then until next time, remember, take care of yourself, take care of your family, and God bless you. Oh, aren't you guys pretty? Come on, let's plant. Let's go plant garden.